Evening YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back. Sorry I wasn't here in my normal sense of the weekend, that you didn't get a video starting Sunday morning, and then I also wasn't able to stream Saturday morning because I was out doing the Tulsa Tough bike race. It's a lot of fun. Did the Grand Fondo race that they do. Of course, just the shorter one. I think the name of the race was Piccolo or something. It's the little one. But it was 40 miles, which is plenty of riding for me, especially since I'm not, you know, like a super athletic kind of person. Like, I try to be not completely out of shape, but I wouldn't say that that means that, you know, a 40-mile ride is nothing for me. But it was fun. I had a good time. Got to spend a lot of time with family. Little Air got to play with all his cousins. Good weekend, and I am glad to be back on Total War Warhammer. Let us see. I still need to capture Karak 8 Peaks. I was going to, yeah, I've got some gyrocopters coming in, and then some Trollhammer torpedoes. Just definitely some good fun units. Dwarves, you know, I've been giving them a hard time recently in multiplayer, and they deserve it. But in campaign, you can actually make your dwarves pretty good because you can get these upgrades, and you're not worried about cost effectiveness per se. So all these upgrades that flow through are going to make their defense, their offense better. And then not only that, you can get like your lord. You can put upgrades and stuff on your lord that gives, you know, benefits, and you can do research that gives benefits. It's a lot better for them. So you've heard me, you know, kind of complaining about these shortcomings of the dwarves. You don't really notice it in the campaign like you do in the multiplayer. And multiplayer's fun. Some people, like, I've noticed that there are some fewer people in quick battle right now, and it's probably just because they're sick of running into the same thing over and over again. Honestly, though, even with a lot of imbalances, I find the multiplayer in Warhammer to be very fun if people just aren't cheesing it. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing, and how has that not been true of pretty much any Total War in the past? Now, that said, it definitely wish that there was some way we can improve multiplayer of these games on release. I really think that if Creative Assembly would work on getting like a closed beta group together where you get like 500 or so people in this group and you give them access to the game, maybe a week ahead of time for a short period of time in a limited fashion, to where they can just test multiplayer, and give them like hours and hours to test multiplayer, you'd be able to find all the little bugs and then put a patch through on launch day, and that would pretty much do it. So are they both the same? Wrong but right. Leadership +6, plus 5% recruitment. Okay. They're both the same, apparently. Okay, sure. Whatever. Sounds like either option is equivalent. That's kind of weird. Let's see. We've got this Greenskin army here under the leadership of Azag the Slaughterer. Did they kill my engineer? Please, for goodness sakes. I hope they didn't kill my new engineer. I don't know. He's still heading down here. But they'll probably try. I'm heading him down here because you can deploy him to make it easier to build buildings. And I'm going to deploy this hero here because he increases income from mines and other stuff, which honestly should be handy, especially at the Silver Road. We did finish the Throne Hall of the High King, which is pretty exciting. Let's see. We're about to finish in a few turns the Rune Forge. That's pretty awesome. We have quite a bit of money. I do want to be getting some recruitment done, and this army is my main concern right now. I think Thorgrim, yeah, he's still injured for one more turn. So he's getting close to coming back into action, which is good. He's a lot better than most of the other lords I have set up. This is my master engineer. I've pretty much made him focus everything on the battlefield so far, which is fine for him because I'm just not real crazy. Some of these are pretty good. Like that one could be good later on. But I'm just going to keep focusing on some of this stuff here because I like the benefits that it's giving me. Extra range for artillery. Extra speed for missile infantry units. How high does that go? Up to 15%. That's a pretty nice boost to speed. What about Overseer? Let's see. Character's aura size. Then extra powder. I'd like to see what that is eventually. I've never really tinkered with it before, so I'd like to tinker with it. I'm going to go ahead and throw that there. So yeah, that'll work for now. So that Master Engineer's doing decently. He's at rank 11. I'm basically just doing some retraining right now. This army is busy doing some global recruitment. And public order here is stable, albeit not great. Let's see, let's go ahead and put in a building focused on public order. And then let's maybe go ahead and use our population surplus there. Use up some of that money. And this army can go ahead and probably start moving up here to get in Azag's way. We've got another army down here. It's not particularly strong, so I'd kind of like to recruit some more troops into it, but I'm busy doing global recruiting right now. We do have a barracks of sorts here, but it's not really good. Most of our options are going to come from global recruitment, which is busy at the moment. Let's see what we got here. Quarrelers with great weapons. So I got tons of skirmishers. I mean, honestly, if I just throw a few dwarf warriors in here for the time being, it ought to be enough to just make this army good enough to kind of strike out through the Badlands here and then start moving our way up back to the north. And then I have an army here in the river valley as well that can be built up a little. We've got plenty of gold at this point, so we might as well take advantage of it. Here comes the Groby agents in all their fury. And I'm sure that they will get away with quite a lot.
Greetings, honorable ally.
Trade agreement? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A trading dwarf is a happy dwarf. Of course he was successful. And of course he was successful. Okay, Thorgrim Grudgebearer is ready. We have a migration issue. We can either say be gone or we can welcome the migration. Let's take the extra growth. We got a lot of growing provinces. Yeah, it's going to hurt my public order a little bit, but we'll survive, I think. Watch me get a rebellion. That'll teach me. Let's repair the building that this Groby scum damaged.
Time for a reckoning for the wisdom of the layer.
Okay. I'm going to keep moving up this way. Get ready to block off the incoming Urk army.
The axe thirsts for war.
Okay, where does the attrition? So it goes into attrition pretty quick out here. All this, though, should still be Blightwater.
Let us begin.
Need to recruit more units here. Let's see. So I've got 7 dwarf warriors, 2. I've got a ton of skirmishers. I really do, like, a lot. But I'll take one more because the quarrelers are extremely good. I'm going to just finish that, tanking that army all the way up to full strength. And then probably need to do the same with this army, but there's nothing to recruit from in this province. Let's go ahead and upgrade this largest settlement there. And then I'm thinking of taking these guys back up to the Silver Road. And gonna do a little bit of recruitment with them. Let's see what else we got going on here. Probably wouldn't hurt, since we have so many trade agreements, to upgrade any of my buildings that are producing resources so that we can capitalize on that.
Ready to do the guild's bidding.
I want to pull... Some of you have been getting onto me for sacking stuff because then I have to build it all the way back up. I mean, that's a fair point, but I like getting the income from sacking. But yes, you're correct. You have to build it all the way back up if it's already been built up. And it is something to be aware of. That takes time. You have to have population surplus. So it's a fair point that some people have been making. And no arguing that. I mean, it's definitely a matter of preference. Though even mathematically speaking, you may be able to argue that one benefits you more monetarily, which is fine. But I guess sometimes, even when something's slightly better in the game, I will still do something just because it's the way I like to play. I'm looking forward to wiping out the Greenskins just to get rid of their agents because I have no chance otherwise. But right there, one of them got wounded trying, which is great news for me. Another one of my lords is ready. Let's see. This one gives us cheaper recruitment costs. We're going to be doing plenty of recruitment, so let's take this humble approach. And then, as far as other business goes, the army at Death Gorge is ready to go, and we're going to do underground movement because we will not take attrition. So we'll move underground across the wastelands to Agrul Migdal, or whatever that one is. It's going to be one of the fewer remaining Greenskin settlements. Azag's got a pretty decent army going on here. I'm going to kind of move into the settlement, and I'm going to actually put the engineer into this army. He's not going to have like a whole lot of influence on it at the moment, but
time for a reckoning.
Let's see. So we got our gyrocopters with brimstone guns. We've got a couple of long beards. We've got a master engineer in this army, so having some artillery in it would kind of make sense. I say kind of make sense. It would make quite a bit of sense. Since I just have the one Thunderer, I'm thinking about disbanding that and getting several units of good artillery. We've got a couple gyrocopters for speed. Ooh, a flame cannon would be a heck of a lot of fun. Honestly, it's going to be like almost too much fun to pass up. So let's get a flame cannon. And then let's get 2 organ guns. There we go. It's going to take a long time to train up, but we'll start having some better units in that army.
It is time.
And then this army up here,
Ready.
I'm going to go ahead and move.
Go then.
And we'll start doing some recruiting here too. And let's just think, I don't want to waste all my money on this army, but you know, let's have some fun with this one. Let's just think about what we're going to be facing. Right now it's going to be mostly Greenskins, but eventually we're going to be facing Chaos, so the warriors with great weapons will be better against stuff like Chaos warriors. So eventually we'll want that. I mean, Trollhammer torpedoes are a must, especially against stuff. And then Thunderers are going to be really good against armor too. They have better, Quarrelers have better line of sight, and they're cheaper for stuff like multiplayer. But Thunderers are going to be really nice against armored opponents because they're armor piercing. And then, you know, I kind of want to have a couple, you know, like a little bit of fun with these gyro bombers. I don't think they're usually worth it in single player, but you know, again, possibly worth it in multiplayer and single. Sorry, I meant they weren't any good in multiplayer because of the cost, but in single player, possibly worth it if you can. You know, the AI is kind of dumb. You can probably just park right on top of the AI and start dropping the bombs. I'm gonna have some kind of. I'm just gonna have some fun with these armies, make them interesting. Since the dwarf war machines struggle in multiplayer, let's make them have some fun here in single player. And it looks like Azag out of desperation is gonna attack me here. He has got 8 Night Goblin archers. Nothing that my Quarrelers shouldn't be able to handle, but still, that is a considerable number of archers. His infantry is trash, and he's just got some Spider Riders. I get the reinforcements, so I'll have actually, yeah, 8 Quarrelers in total to match his Night Goblin archers. And Night Goblin archers are really cool. I love the unit models on Night Goblins. Probably one of my favorites in Total War Warhammer. There's a lot of really cool unit models. And I'll give CA credit, the unit models look good. And some people might say, well, all they had to do was look at the miniatures that Games Workshop made. Well, one way or the other, they look good. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I got my Quarrelers. This is going to be a pretty straightforward deployment.
For the ancestors.
I'm gonna use miners to kind of protect my backlines. Some people have asked me for some advice on moving armies. I'll try and put together a video. I haven't had time yet. I know Lionheart has actually put together a couple, and I'm sure they're pretty good if he has, so you all can check out his. But I will try and put something together. But I mean, if you've learned how to move an army on Attila, you can certainly move them on Warhammer. But if you're new to Total War in general, I can understand how that would be challenging, so it's definitely worth taking some time to learn. You know, obviously you can select multiple units by dragging a box around them like I do, and then if you hold Alt and then left-click drag, you can move these around, and then if you let off Alt while still left-clicking, you can hit Control and you can twist the army as well. Again, you can let off Control and go back to Alt. So like watch, I could take the army, rotate it, go back to Alt, move it that way. So you can do stuff like that. You can also group units to move them around in formation. So, I mean, you have multiple options. They got goblin wolf chariots. I'm going to move up in front of my quarrelers. Oh, I didn't mean to group those guys. There we go. Alright, so my quarrelers are going to pretty much give a pretty solid wrecking to the entire Greenskin army. I'm going to start focusing on Greenskin units. I've been hit by a hex over here, and it's a pretty severe hex. But Spider Riders still shouldn't break through my lines. But they'll do some nice damage for Spider Riders since I was under a hex. Okay, Azag is approaching my line. I'm going to try and take him head on with my Lord here. I need to get Thorgrim back into this army. Or into his army, not this army. Let's see. Did he just Spirit Leech me? I think he did. Yeah, he Spirit Leeched me. Fortunately, I've got some resistance being a dwarf. And Azag should not fare well against my my Lord. He's just a wizard. Like he's pretty decent in melee for a wizard, but he's not gonna like that. Oh, look at this. The Spider Riders got in behind me, or the Goblin Wolf Riders. We can correct that pretty quickly. The Wolf Riders definitely useful at keeping Quarrelers busy, but Quarrelers are actually pretty decent in melee, and they're armored and shielded. So a very light cavalry like a Wolf Rider is gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle a lot, especially against a larger group. Yeah, very cool looking, nonetheless. The Goblin Wolf Riders, there they are. Gonna chase them off. Azag's been defeated by my Dwarf Lord. And let's get these Spider Riders taken care of. Let's get some of these guys reformed. I'm going to take all my missiles, put them on guard mode, because I should have done that originally. It keeps them from walking into a situation that they shouldn't. Okay, my Lord has managed to kill Azag, or wound him, sorry. So there we go. It's going to be a solid victory for us, as expected. When you have that many Quarrelers against the Greenskins, even if they had had an appropriate army composition, they would have been in very rough shape. Now, I say that, again, the Quarrelers will make it difficult, but had that been like a lot of Orc Biggins or something, that could have been a pretty tough fight for my infantry, honestly. But, I mean, if your Quarrelers can just get a chance to do some really good fighting, then it can be worth it. We just picked up a banner off that fight, too. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so Azag was killed. Sorry, wounded. Legendary Lords can't be killed unless you kill the whole faction. Well, the hostile hero's been busy and managed to damage a building. We got my Thane back once again, though I'm sure he won't do much. We're supposed to probably defeat this army. Yes, we are.
My axe thirsts for war.
He's going to run for it, but we'll just chase him down. Alright, so we took care of them all together. That's good news. Let's check out my Lords over here. Let's see, so we got Dragon Slayer, which is down here leading this army. And he's got pretty nice rank on him. We got Thorgrim, who needs to be put into an army. And then it looks like I don't have anybody else of higher rank that's just sitting around. So we should be good. Let's go in here, and I'm going to take this. Gonna boot you. Sorry, buddy. Make way for the High King. That's how I roll. We got the Helmet Discord still. I like that. Armor piercing damage +7. He probably already has a lot of armor piercing damage, so I don't see that being particularly useful. Terrifying Mass, the Terror one. I like that. I like it. Sapper, none. Rune of Slowness. Ooh, check that out. -8 melee attack and -4 charge bonus for all the enemies in range. That would be pretty cool to put Thorgrim right up in the center. Or actually, it looks like it's a banner you can assign to one of your units, so that'd actually be pretty sweet. we'll do that before we go into battle. Should be a lot of fun.
For the wisdom
Let's
of the
take
land.
this Lord. It looks like I've been upgrading him on campaign map stuff, which is fine. With all the greenskins gone, this is going to become less important. This pure beard may be helpful, though. So let's give him that. We've got a bunch of troops training. Got our Thunderers taken care of here. I was thinking about, though, what else to put in this army just for the sake of fun. Gyrocopters, gyro bombers. Let's throw a couple of gyro bombers in this army. And then probably a couple organ guns because they're good against armor as well. The standard dwarf warriors are not going to hack it in the late game, so we'll kick them. And we'll get ready to train better infantry there when the time comes. Runesmith is helping increase the income I get off all the mines and other buildings there. Karak 8 Peaks needs to be taken. And I'm trying to get this army ready to do so. It's going to be 5 turns until they're done recruiting, though, because it's on the global recruitment, which is slow and expensive. But I do like the global recruitment option. It's very nice. It gives you a way to not have to build up barracks in every province, but of course it's going to cost you time and money. Interesting trade, though. Let's check out Blightwater. Blightwater needs improved public order, so let's work on that. Trying to think. It would be nice to build a Slayer Shrine in the main province so we can build it all the way up in one of these. Let's increase our marble quarry. And then maybe put this trading depot here. That could be handy. We could put another trading depot. Do these things stack? They probably do. Let's do it because it's just kind of an out-of-the-way province, and we might as well. Really like the... I like the economy of the dwarves. It's really quite strong if you can... we have a damaged building. We'll live.
The clan honor.
We don't have enough money to attempt the assassination, and we would probably fail anyway.
Aye.
Really? Grimgore Ironhide thinks it's a good idea to attack me here now. I mean, I'm not completely healed, but I get like all my reinforcements. This is just absolute stupidity on the part of Grimgore. Oh no, they injured my lord, so that's why he attacked me. So that will definitely help him, but it's certainly not going to save him. I mean, even Grimgore is not going to be able to tank all of the Quarreler fire that he's about to get pummeled with. It's going to be extreme. I even have miners with blasting charges here to throw at Grimgore.
Yes, laddie.
This is going to be bad for Grimgore, very bad. I mean, he's going to get some damage done, but he's going to be so beaten down with Quarrelers.
Of the ancestors.
Not even Grimgore can resist that forever. Okay, I'm going to start running up. I've got a nice hill position here, too. Here comes the Urk filth. The Urks and the Grobies. I think there's some Grobies in this army. Definitely got Urks. You can see them up front. There's Mr. Ironhide himself. Yeah, there's some Groby in here, too, right there. Some goblins. Oh, they got a grudge thrower, or a goblin stone thrower or something back there. That's actually going to work out nicely for him. I'm going to take one of these miners who's the closest and just run out here. Going to take me a while to get there. Let's go ahead and fast forward for a second. I'm going to put all these guys. Let's go play and guard mode. Do not fire at will. We're going to all target Grimgore. Grimgore Stinkhide. Okay.
The clans unite! Warriors!
Okay, old Grimmy Gore here is in range of all my quarrelers. Oh, Grim Gore. You're going to eat so much missile damage, and he's going to eat the blasting charges here in a minute. So let's see how iron his hide is, because his hide's about to get tested. Just look at the hail of fire coming in here. This is definitely softening him up, though. I mean, he's still alive. Okay, he's gonna head straight for one of my dwarf warriors. I'm gonna come in here and support my miners. Let's go ahead and have you three take out their. Let's take this quarreler here, this one here. You kind of back off over here. You start shooting at Grimgore. All right. Let's actually kind of try and sneak through this gap here. Okay, those Groby are going to get whacked right there. Okay, now you all can attack Grimgore again. Okay, this army, or that unit can push through. These quarrelers can punch those guys out of the fight. Miners. Okay, yeah, we're all set. Grimgore is taking horrendous damage from my missile units, and then their orc error boys are getting pretty well and truly wrecked here by my guys. We're gonna just try and hold up Grimgore with a unit of miners eventually. But no, he's probably gonna die to my quarrelers. They are putting a horrendous amount of fire, but I mean he's a beast when it comes to anti-infantry duty. But he can't be in this kind of position where he's just gonna be sitting here eating it from dedicated units. All right, so yep, Grimgore, the Iron Hide, has been routed, and I'm gonna get all my quarrelers working on him post-battle here, and see if we can drop him. Should be able to. He's going to take significant damage, but it looks like he's going to get out of range of some of my guys. He's got 436. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work or not. He's definitely taking a lot of damage, but it's going to take a lot more, and I don't know if my... Let's fast forward and just see if it works. I don't think it will, but I'll give my guys as many shots as they can get, but he's going to be faster than my guys because he's running away. So yeah, he's going to get away. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I like how the Master Engineer has like the little rune on his hat too, looking very nice. I'm going to kill the captives. I don't think Grimgore is going to make it. Well, actually, he made it a lot further than he should. That was right after I was going to say, I don't think he's going to make it far, and then he makes it all the way out of the province. Yeah, Backstab is the one that knocked my, we stole a banner there too, a standard of discipline, and they damaged one of my buildings. We have two, oh, so we got the bonus for having all the gyrocopters and stuff. We're gonna put Fergal O'Frowner back in here since he was the one there earlier. This engineer has ranked up, which is nothing wrong with that. So he can get rid of corruption, and he can also boost tradable resources faction-wide. Let's go ahead and start on that, because we got a lot of trade agreements, and that's certainly not going to hurt. Yeah, we can't even catch Grimgore here. He's going to be able to run off. We're still just trying to get rid of turns, though. We've got 4 turns until my army that I want to take. Karak 8 Peaks is ready. These guys are still busy recruiting. So we're good there, and then we should be able to reach... It's been way too long for me to take Karak 8 Peaks, but it is what it is. Okay, these guys are in a position to hit Argul, whatever it is here. We can start trying to wrap up this province. We've moved underground across the Badlands. We've got quite a bit of money now too. Let's again go maybe check. So gemstones are a tradable resource, so that's going to be worthwhile. This is a tradable resource, and then the furs are a tradable resource. So that right there should help boost my trade income if we can get more items out for trade. We finished our research for now. I don't remember exactly what we're working on. I might do this seal stone though. It's just going to continue to reduce vampiric and chaos corruption, which over time will become very handy. So I'm going to research these two. Income from all buildings, income from salt mines and dye makers, income from gem cutters and breweries. That's pretty sweet. So there's a lot of stuff over here that's going to be handy. But let's look at let's see if there's any really nice armor for iron drakes and iron breakers, missile resistance for artillery, recruitment for gyrocopters, ammunition for artillery, missile damage for iron drakes, weapon strengths for dwarf units with hand weapons, and weapon strength for dwarf units with mining picks. So this could be another good one to take a look at as well. 10% boost would be nice. Speed for all infantry units, some marching songs could be good. And then here's more upgrades for dwarf units. Armor, so there's definitely some worthwhile upgrades down there that we will get to eventually. Let's go ahead and end one more turn here. Let's see if we have enough money to repair this building. We don't. Whatever. I need to repair it on the next turn. I've been ignoring it. That backstabber guy is busy stabbing my back. He has been quite effective and lived up to his name. I'm going to turn my fan on. I'll be right back. Alright. So, agent failed to damage the building any worse. That's unfortunate. We lost the powder maker with Dragon Slayer. And the archivist. I guess you just have to be in battle to keep those, or maybe they just rotate off every now and then. I don't know. It's taking forever. 3 turns till I get that army where I want it. This army, however, is ready to hit Agrul Migdal, however that one is. So they have a terrible, terrible army here. And I mean terrible. These guys are going to get pierced by 1 trillion arrows. Oh yeah, we're gonna. Was it built up? It must be fairly built up. Let's see what happens if I occupy, since I'm always sacking. Let's just occupy.
Grudges will be settled.
Okay, so it keeps me at the level 2 settlement, and I can just immediately start building stuff. So yeah, I can see how people like that. You don't get the money, but you don't have to spend all that money rebuilding it. So understandable. Understandable. Though I still like sacking. I really do. Like a lot. Let's see. Barley field. It wouldn't hurt to have some growth in this province since it's going to be new. Anyway, I think we've accomplished a little bit for this turn. We've got some of the right stuff being recruited. Ooh, I can get Lightning Strike now with Dragon Slayer, which means he can avoid reinforcements. So that's gonna be really handy for him, and we'll have to refit all these dwarf armies eventually with better units. I'm working on it.
Let us begin.
So we got the organ guns. I'm working on gyro bombers. I'm thinking I want a couple of Trollhammer torpedo units in this army as well. The Trollhammer torpedoes do ridiculous damage and can be very handy against the AI since they're usually a little bit too daft to defend themselves against it. I'll see you all in the next Dwarf campaign episode. Hope you enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out.